everyone. Welcome to the first tutorial of Node Express. So in this tutorial we are going to learn about how we can set up Node in our local machine, setting up our first code editor which we'll be using in this tutorial is Visual Studio, and initializing our first project on the Node Express. So let's get started. So to set up the Node Express, just go to Google and just type Node. In the Google you get the first link, click on that, and right on the latest version for Node available is version 18. You can download in your local machine and install it. Once it's installed, you can cross verify whether it's installed successfully or not by typing command prompt and doing a node -b. You'll see the version available. So in while recording this video, I'm having a version 14 in my machine, and the latest version is version 18, so which is fine for this tutorial as of now. So your node installation is done. Once your node installation is done, in the similar fashion, our second step is to make sure we have installed code editor. So in the similar fashion, we'll write Visual Studio code, and then you get the first link here. Click on that, and you can see the download for Windows. You can click and install it. So since I have already installed it on my machine, so I'll use that only. Visual Studio Code, I've created a shortcut, so I'll just double click it, and Visual Studio will be loaded. So this is the first two steps. Second is we are going to start up with our initial project for the Node Express. So for that, I'll either let me create a Node Express folder. Oh, it's already created. So, but let me do one thing. Let me delete this completely so that I can show you from the scratch. Okay, so in this tutorial, I'll create a new folder. There is this folder as Node Express. So right now, this folder does not have any initial file, or it does not contain anything related to your project. So in the same fashion, you can open the project folder, which is here in your Visual Studio. So click on, I think this thing failed because it does not exist anymore. So let me close all these things, and file, open folder, and you can open Node Express and select the folder. So here the Node Express folder will be initialized, and a file explorer is being opened. So right now you see nothing here and nothing is there in my folder as well. So let's now initialize our first project for the Node Express. So right now you see there is an option, a tab here, terminal. Click on terminal, click on new terminal. So a new terminal will open in the Visual Studio itself. Here you can see it's open, or either you can do the same thing in the command prompt as well. So you can go to the same folder, cd tutorials I have, in the cd node express I have, and then I can initialize my first project here. So you can run the same thing here as well, that's fine, and I can do it here as well in the same. So just to initialize your first project on the Node Express, you can type npm init and press enter. Once you press enter, it will ask for some information from you. So right now it's asking for the Node Express. What's the package name you want to create it? So it's already recommended, okay, Node Express you want to put it because it's the same. It's just like it's in a small letter. So I'll say okay, that's fine to me. I press enter. Version 1.0.0, that's fine. Description, I can mention uh, Express tutorials for tutorials for beginners. I press enter. Entry point. So right now it's suggesting an entry point of index.js. This is entry point. It means when you run your first project, it's look for a file. So first file it's going to look for the entry while it's running is the index.js. You can mention your own file as well here. So suppose you don't want index.js to be your entry point, you can mention app.js and press enter. So app.js becomes your entry point of the application. Test command, if you have a Git repository, just enter it here, that's fine. keyword this author. Keep on entering, and now it's asking, okay, is this information, this is the information which should be contained in my package.json. So about to write to C tutorials this package.json, so it's going to create a file with package.json into this folder that you created, and it will contain all this information. So just say yes, and now you will see an package.json will be created here. Oh, it's not created. It should be created. Yeah, it's created, but why it's not showing? Oh, I need to refresh that. Let me refresh this. Oh, it's came up. Okay, so here you can see your first project is initialized. Okay, means it started up, a package.json is created. Now we come to our third point, which is your set up your extras project. So to start up with the extras project, you have to make sure that all the dependent libraries are installed. So to create a API or create to start up an express, you have to make sure the dependence libraries are being available in your project. So to get those dependent libraries, we will say npm install. Npm is your node package manager. It makes sure all the package that you want requesting to install, it get it from there, and just put an install and mention the package name here. So it says npm install express, and you can say save, so it will save into your package.json as well. If you don't do it, it will, I think it will save it automatically, but I'll usually I have a habit of saving it so that I know what are the libraries I have installed in my project. So npm install express, save, enter. So right now it's going to install all the libraries which are there. So I have used this terminal only, so I have not used this, which is fine. It's up to you which terminal you want to use. So let me exit this. So I'm using this terminal. So you see all my libraries and its packages are being installed, and you'll see one more change here in the package.json is your a dependency is being written down here, and you get the latest version of express, which is version 4.18.2 is being installed. So now you are good to use the express library, and all the package, all the classes inside that library, and all the method and functions defined in the express package can be consumed in your project. So you are good to go. Now if you remember, I mentioned the entry point, which is app.js. So right now app.js is missing, so I'll create one file called app.js. Okay, so I'll click here, I'll mention app.js, and I press enter. So I got my app.js. Okay, so initially to now we have to import all the libraries which I installed in my node modules. You see the node modules, and here all the libraries related to express, you will find it here. So uh, here it is express, and it's all dependencies package and everything is being installed. So to consume this library, you can type as require and single quotes. Yes. So now you are calling that particular package or module into your app.js, and so that all the classes defined in that express user can be consumed here. So I'll take into this as express is equal to require express. So here you get all the dependent packages and everything you consume into the app.js, and then you can also const app is equal to express. So now all the classes, all the method and function defined in the express class can be used into the app, is being there available in the app. I'm saving that, and then it can be used for your creating a um, express project, or creating your endpoints, or the http protocol, the CRUD operation to get, put, post, and delete, everything you can do. So if you want to check, if you type app dot, you will get all the function methods available. If you see, if you type g, you'll see get, and then you can use app dot get in the same fashion. Put, post, and delete will be there. So all the CRUD operations methods which are there are available here. So yeah, so as of now, I'm going to stop here as well. This is how you can, install and set up your Express in your local machine. And also, I'll cover how you can use app and creating your first endpoint in my second tutorial. But in the first one, you can just set it up in your local. And also, if you want to visit the Express documents, just press Express in framework. In that, if you want to go through all the functions available, go to the API reference. Since we have a version 14 available, so click on version 4.x. On the left hand side, you can explore all the request, operation, response, operate the router functions available, all the get, body, put, everything, the request method are available. And in the response as well, you'll see the response method as well. So you guys can go through this tutorial or the document for the Express here as well. So that's all as of now for this tutorial. So we just set up our node Express in our local machine. So guys, before I end up, I just want to make sure what the intent of creating my videos right now is. I want guys to understand the Express so that they can handle an application from end to end. When I say end to end, that they can create a UI, they can consume an API, they can create a database. So this is one of the webtails dot is one of the website which is completely designed in React, and all its endpoints are designed in Node Express, and the database consumed in for this application webtails is MySQL. Okay, so you can so I just want to make sure that I'll cover end to end, and I'll show you how we can deploy our application to either to the cloud or to the Linux server or Windows server, or how we can make this application available on the HTTPS on the internet. So keep watching the tutorials. I'll be soon coming up with the second tutorial of the Node Express, where we'll be consuming all the endpoints, we'll be creating in the endpoints. And at the end, when I'm covering all the React tutorials, Express tutorials, I'll make sure that I'll create a site, initial site, so that you guys can have your own site published. So that's the intent of creating the videos. So thanks everyone for watching this video. Have a nice day. Bye.